What's up, family? Welcome to the Toe2Toe Sports Show, where we talk about everything from football to baseball to basketball to boxing. And oh yeah, can't forget about our Dawgs and Gators.
You never know what you'll hear from Kb Steveo, and you'll never know who you'll see stopping by to kick it with the guys.
So make sure you check us out live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Facebook and YouTube Live. Peace.
I ain't never played sports. You know what I mean? I always have, you know what I'm saying, like music and love music from the jump. So that was my just plan A. I ain't even have a plan B. I made myself not have a plan B on purpose just so I can fulfill my plan A.
Yo. Can you hear me? What's up, my boy? Hey, Beezy, don't come on here with that look on your face, man. What's going on, family? Y'all know what time it is. It's Toe2Toe Sports Show. Myself, Steve-O, my boy KB, the Florida Gator resident. Y'all won the final game. Y'all at home versus Florida State. You got your big W, man. You over there looking sour, man. What going on?
Couldn't even enjoy it for 12 hours. You know, well, I will say this. Shout out to the guys for beating FS Pooh. You know, at the end of the day, if you can't beat Georgia, you better beat Florida State. You understand? Like, I don't care about nobody else. Florida State or Georgia, oh, I can't stand them. So the fact we went and we demolished them, I love it. Shout out to Mike Norvell. Hasn't won a away game since what they say.
It's been 2 years now, 2
seasons
since Florida State has won a game away from their home stadium. It's been 2 full seasons, man. Stay right there for a second. Just think about this, man. Now, you guys did make an announcement a few minutes ago. I guess it's been breaking news. Y'all know we don't start rumors. We just talk about stuff. Man, we're going to never break, man. We're going to never start nothing over here. But we'll talk about that in a second. Yesterday's game, man. This kid impressed me. I watched the enemy. You know, I say keep your enemies close, your friends close, but your enemies closer. So I tend to watch the Alabama games, the Florida games. I might even check out a Tennessee game every now and again because I want to make sure I know what's going on with the people that we're going to have to face and the teams that we're going to have to battle. So I kind of keep an eye on the games, man. And yesterday when I cut on the Florida State versus Florida game, this kid, man, he jumped out to me, and they just kept giving him the ball, and he just kept answering the bell, man.
But let's call it what it is. I told the staff he's getting 1,000 yards regardless, somehow, some way.
Here's Baugh into the end zone. Jaden Baugh, touchdown. They give it to Baugh. He hits the hole. Right back in Seminoles territory. Turning goes touchdown. Gators. That right there puts Jaden Baugh 1,001 yards.
Yeah, man, talk about Barn yesterday, man. Talk about the game he had, man, and him going off yesterday against Florida.
Jaden Baugh, man, true sophomore. He was underranked. I think he was like a 2.5 star, maybe 3 star. Billy found him in the weeds, man. The kid is legit, man. He's a tank. He's huge. His first year, he was a power kid. This year, he dropped some weight, added some speed. Will run through you, make you miss. Very patient runner. First 1,000-yard rusher since 2015, and he's had the second highest rushing yards in a season, only behind Emmitt Smith, 1989. He went for 1,100 something yards. He went for like 266. This is a player that I think everybody that watched Florida football is like, yo, give him the ball. He was one of the top running backs in the SEC. I think he's shown that he's one of the top running backs in the nation. even behind a pretty bad O-line this year, he still went for 1,000. I'm glad they forced the ball to him. I'm glad the O-line stepped up and were able to create the opportunities for him to succeed. He made some plays on his own, like hit backfield, bounced off, ran for 30. The kid is legit, man. I hope we can keep him from the portal. I don't think anybody is safe, and he is as legit as they come. He's a sophomore, man. I think he's, when you talk about NFL ready, you know what I'm saying? Like it's positions that you like, man, I don't know if he can. He's getting hit and running over guys that's going to be drafted first round, second round, third round, be playing starters in the NFL next year. I think if he was a redshirt junior or a redshirt junior, he would go out and he would probably be top 3 picks, running backs out into the league. So to have him coming back, hopefully for a year, maybe 2, yeah, man, is amazing, man. He's the best back that I've seen at Florida. Yeah, and I think ever, outside of like the Emmitt Smith, the Percy Harvin type thing. But true running back, we haven't had a guy like him in decades.
Yeah, Florida State just couldn't tackle him, man. Every time I cut it on, man, I flip back and forth between the games. I seen him breaking a tackle, running through somebody. They couldn't get him on the ground. He falling for extra 3 to 5 yards. Yeah, man, this definitely was a good win yesterday for Florida. I know you guys season didn't go how you kind of wanted it to, how you expected it to, but I think finishing on a high note and getting out of there and beating an in-state rival, Florida State, to add to their misery, definitely this makes it a little bit better.
And we kept them from getting to a bowl.
I was gonna say that too, and you have to hang your hat on the fact that Florida State will now not go bowling because of what you guys did. So I definitely understand the frustration that you guys have. But I think it was a good win, big win for the program itself. You don't want to lose your last game ever. It doesn't matter who you're playing, and you definitely don't want to lose to Florida State. So, yeah, man, good stuff, man. So Florida stays in the news today, man. As of right now, breaking news, they just named it. Maybe about an hour ago, I seen this pop up on my screen. KB, you guys going for your new head coach? Florida names John Summerall, Tulane's head coach, as their next head coach, the guy who they're going to turn the reins over to after Billy Napier. I know you guys were in the Lane Kiffin sweepstakes. You told me about Lane's wife wanting to go to Gainesville, and they bought a house in Florida, and they were just all signs were pointing to Lane Kiffin coming to the swamp because you told me that what his wife wanted. And then a few days later, Florida wasn't even in the conversation anymore. Now it's down to LSU and Ole Miss. Does he stay or does he go? Now it seems like all signs are pointing to him leaving. Now it's a matter of will he get to coach his team throughout the college football playoff? And it sounds like the AD for Ole Miss is wanting to be a little petty. And they're saying that, hey, if you accept that job, thank you for your services. We're going to lock you out your office and you won't be coaching during the college football playoff. So with that being said, man, what do you think about this Lane Kiffin situation, man? I know I ain't even got a chance to talk about my Bulldogs yet. We don't segue from Florida winning at Florida State to now you're talking about Tulane being named, Tulane's head coach being named the head coach, and then we get into Lane Kiffin. What's your thoughts on this situation, man? After you guys didn't get Lane, now it looks like he possibly is going to LSU.
So Lane to Florida was pretty much a done deal. Now this is stuff that I've been told. Shout out to the guys in the chat, the sources, the people that's talked to me, giving me privy information. But since it's done, I don't care anymore. Lane was pretty much done. We're coming to Florida. The issue was he wanted to bring his own GM, which is like the football AD, and he wanted to coach his team in the playoffs. So the holdup was the GM thing. So that's what was going on behind the scenes. Florida kept it really quiet. That's why you didn't hear Florida's name in it, because it was pretty much us as long as we matched his wants. But as much as we didn't want to have to bring in his GM, LSU and Ole Miss was perfectly fine. They were like, you can bring whoever you want. So that started to tilt the things. So we finally gave in and said, you can bring your own GM, but you can't. But we need you after the season. Like, you got to recruit early signing days in a couple days. We need you here. The portal's about to open. He didn't want to do it. He wants to coach his team. He was having, dragging his feet. The head, the big booster, the Gary guy, allegedly, pretty much was just like, he's dragging his feet. He's not coming. We don't even want him here. Go get my number 2, which is John Summerall. The AD tucked his tail between his legs, which he always does, fired Strickland. And that's pretty much what happened. Like, he just superseded
y'all got a lot
everybody.
of hate for Scott Strickland down there. That man has done nothing but bring a national championship to the basketball rankings of that school.
And he's made Florida football a laughing stock. Like,
so you can talk about Scott Strickland all you want to.
I don't
Scott
care.
Strickland got a natty up under his belt.
He only
just
got a
because it
natty
didn't come from Florida football.
He only got a natty because Billy Donovan told him to hire Golden. So,
and he hired him. He made the right decision, gave the man a job. Now he think he's hiring the right guy with this guy from Tulane.
No,
but
not.
again,
he knows he's not hiring the right guy.
Tell you about this.
No, hold on. With Lane, they didn't want it was always a question about Strickland and Lane and all this stuff. And so Lane, that thing kind of went through the door. Then there was an issue with Lincoln Riley reached out to us to coach. Gary told him no. Gary is the booster, and one of the boosters, the insider guys, he came out and he got somebody leaked a phone call that he made. He didn't know he was on live, but the people that was on the other end had him in the spaces off on another phone. He pretty much just threw the guy. He was like, yeah, Gary said this, did X, Y, Z. This is why Lane isn't coming. This is why we're in the position we are because of Gary. He's the worst, blah, blah, blah. That guy has since supposedly stepped down from his board of directors with the boosters. Gary is just like he imagined what's my man Stephen Jones from the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine him as a booster for Florida. How he just tries to control everything. That's literally who this Gary guy is. He sits in staff meetings. They let him just do whatever he wants, man.
If I'm giving you the most money and your university is using my money, you probably want to have some type of say in what your money is doing and going to.
But
that's just me.
But your choices are terrible.
Well, listen. I became a billionaire because of my choice, and I'm able to give you this money because of my choice. Probably, I don't know.
Or was it because of slavery?
I don't know what happened. That's not my business. And again, if y'all still making money off the backs of slaves in Gainesville, that just proves why you going through the turmoil you're going through. Even Athens ain't even got no chains attached to slavery no more. We don't let that go. But listen, let's talk about this real quick. So, a few years ago when we started this show, Steve-O had prophesied all this. I told you everything that was probably going to happen over the last 2 years. And I told you that about 2 years ago before it happened. So, I'm going to give you some more knowledge about what's going to happen and how this is going to go down because you, Florida, the man said slavery. Yes, he blamed it on slavery. Yes, he did. So, so again, I told y'all after you made this choice with Billy. See, now what I did prophesize was you would get the big name next. But I guess what I was off in knowing is that you still aren't out of the this job is too big for you phase yet. You extended Billy, basically. That's what you did. You have another Billy Napier.
He's worse.
Right in the door. He might be worse than Billy Napier.
Like he literally is statistically worse at Tulane than Billy was at ULL.
So what you did was extend this period of time. So now I'm gonna give you my props. I ain't named no names of who the big name coach are gonna be because I ain't want to do that. But now I know who it's gonna be. Now I see the light. You mentioned it too. You just talked about slavery and having to break those chains. Well, it ain't but one guy you can probably bring in here with enough glitz and glamour to sell out the swamp.
They're not.
Yep.
They're not gonna do
Once he get through selling out Colorado, which he about done, Colorado done made enough money off Dion where they probably gonna be comfortable for about 20 years.
Hell no.
Oh
They're not bringing him in.
Oh, Prime is coming to
no.
Prime is coming to Gainesville. Prime is on. He needs about 2 more years, and that'll be about enough time for you guys to realize
Kirby will start a black quarterback a whole season before Florida.
We have a black quarterback already committed. He been committed to UGA since he was like 8 years old. He gonna
start him for a whole season.
He's gonna start. Yeah,
that'll happen before we get a coach like Dion. Ain't happening.
So either it's gonna be Deion Sanders or Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk just got hired as the head coach at Southern University. That's the only reason I say that. Once you guys see him do a good job there, I think Marshall Faulk would be a perfect guy to come in.
No. They're going to get a good old boy that follows the rules.
Until
Gary Croak or something happen, they're going to get a good old boy to follow the rules. The blackest coach that we possibly could have gotten was James Franklin, who I said would have been
a good hire over his guy y'all just got.
It would have been a way better hire.
He would have been a way better hire than the guy y'all just got.
Like
but anyway,
we
love Florida doing Florida type stuff, and you guys are going to keep being where you at. I think for the next few years. I think you set your program. I didn't say set your program back because I don't think we can go any further back.
Yeah, it's not even set back. Yeah. We just are where we are. Like we are at.
Fran Brown. I can see Fran Brown being the guy that they go after too. They're going to have to change it up. They're going to have to put some seasoning on this next coaching hire. Because at this point, they're getting guys that they can control.
They're not getting anybody who's a wild card who goes rogue. Fran Brown is too polarizing for them. He's the black guy. They're not ready. They're not doing that at University of Florida. They're just not.
Mm-hmm. They ain't doing nothing at Florida. Nothing at all. So don't worry about it. It's okay.
They ran. Just think about it. They had the last coach they had that was good was Urban Meyer, and they ran him out of there.
Right, because he was cheating.
After 2 natties.
Listen, let's talk about some winning football. Okay, let's talk about somebody that wins. Today, UGA, clean old-fashioned hate. Now, when I say it's probably 3 teams that I really, really hate, and it's Florida, of course, Alabama, but I really, really don't like Georgia State. But I can accept them because they're in Atlanta, they're in the city. But when I say these 2 teams really don't like each other, and they have not beat Georgia since 2016. That's a long time to go without beating a rival. So yesterday, man, UGA, Friday. We actually played a Friday night game. We went down to the ACC level and stooped down and played a Friday night game.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how we agreed to do that, but it was at the Benz, which is like our second home, so that was cool. But anyways, man, UGA, coming into the game, everybody talked about Haynes King and how Haynes King was this dynamic person and this dynamic and I just don't think that the ACC has a defense anywhere near top to bottom built like UGA. That's just my opinion. And when I say a defense, I mean legit stars, All-Americans on every level. We got freshmen out here making crazy plays, especially on defense. Man, watch this play. Tell me what you think about this game.
Established as well. It's going to bode well in their favor.
King. Downfield strike. Wow, what an effort by Ellis Robinson with the interception. He was the #1 quarterback recruit in the nation, a consensus 5-star, and he comes up with a big play here.
They're trying to hit Dean Patterson on the post route, but Ellis Robinson tracks it beautifully, climbs the ladder, and comes down with his 4th interception just when it looked like Georgia Tech was starting to create a little bit of momentum on offense. Ellis Robinson closes the door on that drive.
They can make that goddamn play. You talking about a DB going up there and getting it like that? Hey, man, these young guys are scary. I know we played Bama early in the season. That was like his third start in the league, period. I'm highly interested to see what these Bama wide receivers do this time around versus the seasoned Georgia DBs, the seasoned Georgia defense. Again, we are playing majority on defense. I think outside of maybe 3 or 4 people, you have all of true freshmen and sophomores playing. So yesterday, man, not yesterday. I keep saying yesterday because I'm so used to playing on Saturday. But Friday, Haynes King, Georgia Tech, came in kind of with a chip on their shoulder. They had just lost the previous week, I think, to was that Pitt. Pitt, I believe they got beat by somebody. They got beat down by pretty bad the previous week. So came in knowing that they needed to win, especially if they wanted to stay in any type of playoff contention. They didn't score a touchdown, man. But this UGA defense, man, to be humming like this at this time of year. Offense, I think they went in with kind of for this defense to be humming like they are at this time of year, man, says a lot. Definitely says we need to be. Offense, man, I'm not sure kind of if they had maybe like a vanilla game plan. I know we had a couple people banged up. When our center went down, Drew Bobo, that really changed the game plan. You started to see a lot of just like basic runs, quarterback runs. They were running Gunnar Stockton a lot. Wasn't really trying to sit back and pass a lot through the pass pro, maybe limitations with the guy coming in at center. I know Drew Bobo is our center. So having a coach's son playing a position like center is kind of like cheating almost, like them having another coach on the field. So when you take him out the field, take him off the field, I'm pretty sure they hadn't practiced too much with him not being in there at center. So having to make that adjustment mid-game or early in the game, I think it really changed up the game plan a whole lot. Georgia Tech does have one of the better front sevens when you look at them as far as a whole. Those statistics might not show it all the time, but Georgia Tech does have a pretty decent defense, especially the front seven. Their back end is where they're kind of liable, miss a lot of tackles when the secondaries, the safeties don't really play in the box like that. But definitely good game for us, man. Definitely can't wait to see where this goes. So with that being said, Georgia advanced to the college football. Oh, it's not college football. Sorry, Georgia SEC championship game due to Texas A&M laying an egg yesterday, my boy. So we get it. Part 2 or part 7, part 6. I don't know how many battles we done had now since Kirby's been the head coach at Georgia between these two teams. But yeah, man, next Saturday, man, SEC championship, Georgia versus Bama. I think this is what we always kind of seen the SEC being this year. I know a lot of people wanted to say Bama was having a down year, or Bama wasn't going to be that good, but Bama showed some resolve. They got lucky last night. If it wasn't for that fumble, I think from what's his name, Cam against Auburn. Yeah, man. If that wasn't for that fumble, I think Auburn may lose that game. I mean, I think
Bama might. Yeah, I mean that game. That's one of those games to where it doesn't matter what the record is, who's playing, anything. It's going to come down. It's going to be a close game, man. And Auburn, losing that game, I know that was tough, man. Especially their star fumbling it.
Yeah,
man, that's crazy. But yeah, man, Bama. I didn't expect Bama how they started, but losing to Florida State, and they were just struggling. I thought not Texas. I don't know. I didn't know who was gonna be the SEC guys outside of Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody looked kind of, shaky this year. But man, they held it down.
Yeah, like I said again, I expect a completely different game than the first time. I expect it to be a close game, competitive game, but I do expect Georgia to pull this one. I think the defense will be playing a whole lot better. You won't let they only won by 3 points the first time, and we could not get off the field on third down. I think they converted maybe like 9 to 10 third down conversions in a row. So I think this year, this time around, man, this time of year, defense is playing a lot better. Offense has a somewhat of an identity, I believe, behind Gunnar Stockton and these big wide receivers. So we'll see, man.
Texas A&M, surprised, man. They didn't make the SEC championship, man. Like for them to play, to go undefeated all year, and then to lose to Texas, and then you bumped out the SEC championship, and you might lose the first week, so you might go a whole season and get nothing.
Yeah, I agree with that. But what I do say to that is, or what I think about that, literally look at Texas A&M's schedule. And I'm gonna pull it up because I had it up a few minutes ago. Texas A&M's schedule. When I look at their schedule and who they played, seriously,
nobody.
I'm gonna give you the list of teams because I had it pulled up. Here you go, right? So they lost to Texas. Before that, they played Samford. Before that, they played South Carolina. Before that, they played Missouri. Before that, they played LSU. Before that, they played Arkansas. Before that, they played Florida. Before that, they played Mississippi State. Before that, they played Auburn. Before that, they did play Dame. They did win at Dame. I will say that. That was a good win. Utah State and UTSA. Now, of those teams I just named, you ain't got but one ranked, and that was Notre Dame. And that was week 2. That was week 3 of the season. So that was early in the season. They haven't played a ranked opponent nowhere along the way.
Man, they got.
So when you look at Texas A&M and their body of work, honestly, I think they were fool's gold. If you would have had them in the SEC championship game, I'm not saying Georgia would have just ran through them, but I think it would have been a little bit of an exposure. I think Bama would have been able to kind of beat them up as well because they didn't play the caliber of defenses that the Georgia brings, that the Alabama's going to bring to the table. Because the difference between the two defense, a lot of defense, Georgia, Bama, the safeties will hit your ass. The DBs will hit your ass.
Yeah.
That fumble last night that was caused was by a safety hitting the Auburn player. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. That's a huge difference. You want to know the difference between a big SEC program and a big SEC type defense. The safeties and DBs will hit you just as hard as anybody else. So can't wait to see the game, man. Georgia versus Bama. I think it'll be a close game, man. I think Georgia will win it by 3. Last second field goal, 31-28 type win, type victory.
So the conference championship games, the lineup, which is you think the most surprising to you, and what's the one that you want to try to see the most? You got the ACC, you got Virginia versus Duke,
man.
You got Big Ten, Ohio State versus Indiana.
That's gonna
Big
be a
12,
Ohio State
Tech versus BYU. Yeah,
I think Ohio State's gonna kill them guys, man. I just do. I think Ohio State is way better than Indiana. Didn't they play already this season? I believe and Indiana was blown out of Ohio State. Oh, I thought they had already played. Okay.
No, they only play Oregon.
So yeah, I think well, you know what? I love seeing chaos. I ain't gonna lie. I love seeing chaos in these championship games and seeing chaos in the college football playoff. Cal with the upset last night, knocking SMU out of the championship game. You have a 7-5 Duke who's going against a Virginia team who's going to probably be ranked top 10. So if Duke can win the SEC championship and have to get you're going to have a 7-5 team with a bye or automatic bid, not one of the 4 home slots. Sorry, with a bye slot. But they're going to be a 7-5 ACC champion possibly in the college football playoff.
I don't see Duke beating Virginia, but
I don't see it either. But
they could. I mean,
just for the chaos, bro.
It's not like Virginia. It's not like Virginia is a star horse. Shout out, you got Tulane versus North Texas.
Yeah, that should be a good one. Now with Tulane coach leaving, as a player, I would be highly interested. I wish I could interview one of the players after the game. I know they ain't gonna tell you before the game because you got to, PR. But how do you feel going into that game, knowing this is your coach's last game, knowing this is your coach's last shot with you guys possibly? Do you play harder or do you look at it as if, man, he's going to be gone anyways? I'm going to just go out here and try to do my thing. Like, I wonder what mental makeup you have as a player in those situations because I just think it'll be hard mentally to just keep playing hard for this guy, and I know he's leaving, but at the same time, this is the championship game. You want to win.
I don't think they're playing. They would be playing for the coach anyway. I think they'd be playing more for each other and trying to get the dub, the championship. I think when you're at a place like the Tulane, your coach leaving is kind of it's more understood than
True. He's going on the bigger and better thing.
Than Lane leaving for LSU in the middle of play. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like where your program is. And I think it's more we respect it. Like, hey man, I love y'all. I ain't going. We gonna finish what we started, type thing. So I think the players probably will appreciate that more if it's handled correctly and it's like on a respect thing. Like, you understand the business side, but if it's handled with respect. I think you have it like you have Ole Miss people who don't want Lane to coach. Some players don't want him to coach because how he's
right.
So I think it's just 2 different situations to where to where you will see the coach being kind of honored in that. I think Tulane, I think they'll be perfectly fine. So this is the CFP, the potential bracket of what's projected based off of the results. Like I told our Miami brethren that they would be bumped out for whatever reason. Notre Dame, they always put the Notre Dames and the Alabamas in a place to where if they win, they're fine. because they're never going to drop you for winning. Even if you win by 1 point, they're never going to drop you. But if you don't have anything to really put you up, you just stay there. And I think that's what happened with Miami. When they got ranked where they did, it was like, oh, they ranked y'all like 13, 14. They just automatically was like, no matter what you do, you can't get into the top 10.
And I'm not going to lie, Vandy beating Tennessee the way they did, to me, would put them in front of Miami, winning the way they did. They beat Tennessee, which is a higher ranked team than Pitt. So when Miami beat Pitt, don't get me wrong, big win, conference win. Pitt was a top 25 team. Well, I don't think people, if you had told me Miami was going to go into Pitt and win, that's more believable than somebody telling me Vanderbilt is going to go into Neyland Stadium at night and be able to beat Tennessee going away by 3 scores. Right. That's a little bit more impressive to me than Miami beating Pitt. And I really think the committee will look at it that way as well. And then you look at Vandy's schedule compared to Miami. Miami's strength of schedule is trash. I think they rank like 67. They're in the 60s when you're talking about strength of schedule. And you can't say that doesn't matter.
But in the head-to-head, it doesn't matter when they put Notre Dame at 9 and they put Miami at 13. That was the clear message from them saying we respect Notre Dame more than we do Miami, regardless of the outcome. And from there, it was a no-win situation for Miami. Like, you literally had to have mad teams lose for you to even have a shot. And because that's top 12, you have an automatic bid of the G5 team. Then you have an automatic bid for the conference champion. And ACC didn't have anybody that high. That automatically bumps them out, man. And you hate to see it in the sense of like the automatic bid, because Tulane going against Ole Miss, like, it would be a shocker if they were within 2 scores of Ole Miss. You know what I'm saying?
It's different nowadays with NIL. I think back in the day, you can look at those games and be like, oh, man, we know exactly how it's going to turn out. But now I think with the way these guys are being paid, coaches are able to bring in players in key spots for their schemes. I would hope John Summerall, whatever his name is, has perfected his system in Tulane to the point where he can compete with these schools. Because a lot of times it's not about the Jimmy and Joes, it's the X's and O's. And you can flip that. Sometimes it's not about the X's and O's. It is the Jimmys and Joes. Like, who do you have instead of the scheme? But I think if you can mirror those two, which NIL has allowed a lot of coaches to do, I think you can get some victories and you can have these upsets more and more, and these teams can be more competitive. And I think this is a good display to see what John got coming to the major leagues, personally.
Could you imagine?
If you can go in there and could you imagine him going in there and actually beating Lane head up, or beating whoever that is at Ole Miss, in the momentum that gives you going into Florida? I think the man gonna coach like this. Like, if he has the ability to coach, I don't know. Tulane might be like Ole Miss and say, "Hey, we appreciate your services. You going to Florida?"
No, they're not. They.
Oh, okay. They
already. He wanted to coach. And
can
I think
you imagine this though? Let me throw you another real quick. Can you imagine him winning the Natty and then heading to Gainesville with it? I'm just saying. Just think about that. It ain't gonna happen. But
it ain't gonna happen.
Man having the trophy, kind of like Kirby did. They won that national championship. He was next born and he was over there at goddamn Georgia, coaching with the national championship trophy with his family and everybody. He got one of the Natties with him, and I'm just saying, it would be
a great story. Right. I just don't think that
you ain't got to worry about it happening. I'm just telling you.
If he even won the first game, like, right, I would be like, wow. Because the thing with John Summerall, his defense is going to be solid. Like, he's a good defensive guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's from the Stoops tree. He's an intense guy. He reminds me of a Dan Lanning, just not the glitz and glamour of being under Kirby. You know what I'm saying? Like, who Dan Lanning was for Georgia, that's who he was for like Kentucky. So it's like, all right, I get the defense will probably be legit or be pretty good. The offense is what scares me, because his offense is he has more passing than like Navy, Air Force. Like, it's like that. Like, we're about
to throw the ball around. Ain't nothing wrong with that. SEC though, you got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to run the ball. Well, I'm just being real.
You better be able to stretch that bitch too. Excuse my French.
So, yeah.
But yeah, man, this bracket, I think it'll shake out. I think it's a good parameter of how this could end up going this weekend. I really do. I look at this. Some interesting matchups. Bama hosting Oregon. Now that would be a good. No. I'm sorry. Bama would go to Oregon. I apologize. Yeah. The highest rated seed is at home. That'll be a good one. Virginia at A&M. I don't really believe in A&M like that. Again, I told y'all why their schedule is just trash. They really did not beat anybody in the SEC on the upper echelon. All their victories was against Missouri, Auburn, teams that barely going to be in bowls. And then I think the most interesting one you have, like you said, Tulane at Ole Miss. I've seen Ole Miss look as good as a national championship team. I've seen them look as bad as a team that shouldn't be in the top 25. So you just got to really exactly. So you know what Ole Miss team is going to make it, and then Dame at Oklahoma. Ooh, that'll be a good one too. That's going to be it. That's going to be
the game of the week. Yeah,
I really see. I could see Oklahoma like really beating Notre Dame. Like I could see Bama beating Oregon.
Quick question: When Texas and Oklahoma came over here, if I told you Oklahoma would have been in the college football playoff before Texas, or would be more of a winner than Texas, did you think that would be true or possible?
Nah,
I don't say more of a winner because Texas went to the SEC championship, but right now the trajectory is Oklahoma's been winning some good games and playing good football, whereas Texas has just been getting by the roster that they have.
Brent Venables, man, he had him. He won't thrown out yet, but he had him by the collar of the pants. Like,
yeah, he was getting ready to toss Brent up out that thing. Yeah, I think so too.
And I love the story of Brent, man. You know, you can't help but to cheer for a guy like Brent Venables who just does it the right way. You know what I'm saying? He ain't ever in mess. Even when people were down on him, he still was just like, I'm gonna just do my best. And he's an Oklahoma guy. You know,
You
know, it's cool for them. Like I said, I think Notre Dame, what's going to happen is Oklahoma's going to beat Notre Dame, and then all of the Miami people are going to be like, see,
Miami can't really argue, man. They had a chance. If you beat Louisville or if you beat SMU, you don't have nothing to say. Nobody argues with you, and you're in the ACC championship game. Now, the worst thing that could happen is Duke to win that championship, because that's going to push every other ACC team, in my opinion, out. I don't think any other ACC team.
There is no other ACC team.
I don't think anyone's going to have a chance.
It's because of the automatic bid of.
I think that'll be the only ACC team getting in. It's the ACC.
They are. It's like literally not possible. Miami would be the best shot they have to get someone in without a championship, and they aren't going to be ranked in the top 10. So that automatic bid is the only reason the ACC will even be represented in the CFP this year, which is
which is wild, because I thought SMU, if they would have won yesterday, maybe won the ACC championship, that it was a possibility they could get in, and maybe a Virginia. You know what I mean? Especially if Virginia plays them in a close game. SMU wins in a close one, double overtime, triple overtime. I think both teams would have got in. That's just how I would look at it. But with Cal beating SMU yesterday, they just created turmoil. Now you got Manny Diaz in the ACC damn championship game with a possibility to win the ACC championship before Miami and Mario ever get in one together.
Hey, look, and then if Miami lose the Pop-Tart Bowl again, they may go bowless and CFP-less.
And you got a $5 million quarterback. Lord have mercy.
Could you imagine? Because if you're a bet, do you play? And your bowl game,
they gonna do them like that again?
I mean, what would be the benefit of him playing in a bowl game?
I don't know.
Because you're already injury prone.
I don't know. And they already talking about their next quarterback. They going after Riola or whoever's supposed to be the next high quarterback. I'm like, dang, when y'all
they talking about Sellers. And
Sellers could possibly. I can see him on the move, but you got to take his brother too. You can't. They're a package deal.
I mean, that's fine, but Georgia did it with the Branch brothers.
Yeah, with the Branch brothers. Yep.
But if you watch the game against Clemson, Sellers is not a good quarterback. He's not a good quarterback.
He's an athletic quarterback. He's an athletic. He's an athlete. There you go. He's an athlete. Like when you play NCAA football 25, he's an ultimate athlete. You put that passer though, it'd probably be like 79, 81.
Hell no.
Maybe no somewhere
power,
in there.
Yes. He is Anthony Richardson, just a little quicker. Like
he got a power. He got a cannon of an arm. He's way out uber athletic. If he could ever put it together,
if you watch his games where he goes over $150, it's because they have some of the fastest wide receivers in the nation. Yeah. When they catch the ball, they take a 10-yard, 15-yard in or slant, and they take it to the house. Or they just run past everybody, and he just throws it out there. I think if they go after him, it's the same thing that's going to happen. He's going to lose them games. They'll be in the same position, if not worse, next year. They need to really give Luke Nickel a real legit chance. I think he's a better passer. And I think they need a legit passer, like somebody who can just carve up a defense versus going to get an athletic guy. But, who am I?
Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. Fun times in college football, man. This is why you love college football. This is why you love this sport. Because of stuff like this, you don't get this in any other sport. Now we got a committee who's going to come out next Sunday and tell us who the 12 teams will be competing for a national championship. Can't wait. Everybody's sitting on pins and needles, man. Everybody's going to be on edge, especially the teams, like you said, ranked in that, 10 to 14 range. Oh, man, you pulling your hair out at this point. So it'll be interesting today to see what the rankings come out, how they put people, how they look at some of these wins yesterday. People were piling on points because they thought people needed to be, I guess style points are going to matter. I don't really think if you beat the team by 15 or if you beat the team by 30, it's going to be a big difference, me personally. But
not unless you're beating a big team. Like, it has to make sense. They're not going to care if you beat an unranked team by 40 points. They don't. Okay.
It's expected. Yeah, it's expected. All right, man, let's talk about this NFL week real quick, and then, man, we're going to get out of this thing. Eagles versus Bears was Friday, man. Eagles did not look good. No, I think we got the new one. This new one right here, just this week. For Sunday, it's just Sunday though. I don't have the Monday night game on there. I apologize. And the Eagles played Friday versus the Bears and did not look good. But the Bears offense, the Bears as a whole, got to say, KB, you might have to eat your crow on that one, man. Caleb Williams so far, man, with this new coach, man, he's looking like he's the real deal, man. The Bears are now 9-3. One of the top teams in the NFC, may even win that division with the Lions kind of sputtering right now. Minnesota not looking that good. Green Bay kind of, not really finding their footing as well, man. The Bears might win the NFC North.
Let me know how they look next year. That first year and the new system against the people they getting film. Let me know. I mean, I love the coach, Ben Johnson, I want to say. Yep. I think he's his plays. That's why I love the Lions, because he's creative beyond measure. But I want to see what happens next year. If they had to do the same thing next year, if Caleb Williams balls out next year, okay, I may be interested in changing my opinion. Right now, hell no.
All right, well, we'll see, man. I think beating the Eagles yesterday in the Eagles' house was big for them. I think the Bears yesterday did show they are legit. They are a contender. I think the Eagles, though, are they still the team to beat in the NFC? Are they the best team in the NFC still right now to this day?
I won't bet my money on it. I didn't pick them to win yesterday. I picked the Bears, so I just don't think that they have. They're missing something, man. I don't know what it is. They're missing.
Well, AJ told y'all what it is. AJ said we got a fullback playing quarterback. He can't get me the ball when I need him to consistently. Missing routine throws. No, I'm just playing. I'm not gonna rag on Hurts, man. I really think it's more on the coordinator. I do think personally that they are maybe trying to appease to AJ a little bit more, and they're not running Barkley as much as they did last season. I think you can see the effects of Barkley not being in the game plan as much, or maybe them shying away from him so early in the games. Because last year, man, they were just leaning on people. Their offensive line was moving people. Their offensive line was knocking you back. The offensive line this year can barely get the tush push down pat. I think Jalen Hurts failed on the tush push or fumbled the tush push.
Yeah, man.
Because now you got DBs coming around and just going after the ball and just hitting on his Hurts. They're not even caring about the first down. Let's get the ball out. Let's get the ball. Because he's going to have to stretch his ball. He can't really tuck the ball in because he can't get the.
They're starting to figure a way how to beat it. I've been telling y'all it ain't rocket science how to beat that joint.
So I think now, man, you're starting to see, and true, it's hard to go back to back in the NFL. I know it's hard to go back in a lot of sports, but I think college football period, is definitely one of the hardest sports to go back to back in. You got 22 guys that you got to get on the same page, a team of what, damn near 53 man roster that you got to put together annually, man. So I think football definitely is one of the hardest sports to go back to back in. I don't think the Eagles will do it this year.
I know we're talking about NFL really quick. Breaking news: Lane Kiffin has lined up his offensive staff most of his staff to join him at LSU. Mm-hmm. And this is officially reported. He told them if they're not on a plane to Baton Rouge today, they will not have a spot on his staff. He is gutting Ole Miss offensive staff before their playoff run.
I believe it.
That's wild.
I believe it.
Could you imagine? Oh, that's so disrespectful, yo. That disrespectful.
Depending on what Ole Miss is going to pay me, though, I probably stay. Depending. I mean, LSU probably will give me a bag. They probably gave Lane a bag to give him.
They gave him him $14 million a year.
But if I am the offensive coordinator, if I'm one of the offensive assistants, what does this head coaching job at Ole Miss really entail? You know what I mean? Who are you guys really looking at? Because at this point, everybody out for themselves in the coaching game. So would I just be on that first plane to go help Lane and jump the lane? Probably. Don't get me wrong, if I was already on his staff, but I'm hollering at Ole Miss before I leave, like, hey, I know these plays. I know how to get these boys what we need. What y'all got?
Oh, that's so dirty, bro.
You're right. It's a dirty game out here, my boy. It's a dirty game.
Lane is Lane. But yeah, we go back NFL. That was nuts.
Yeah, Lane ain't playing fair, man. So Lane to LSU, which we kind of expected. Once LSU jumped in the fold, I already told you what was going to happen. And they got money. They grow money on trees down there. They got old plantation money. You know what I mean? Yeah. The LSU got money. They still pay Ogeron. And Lane said he wants him to come back as the defensive coordinator. So you not only will still get them head coaching checks from LSU, they're going to pay you more to be a defensive coordinator too. Yeah, man, dirty game. Let's run through these picks for today's game, man, and get up out of here. Sneaky good game, one that you probably didn't think was going to be good because I didn't think the Panthers were going to be crap this year, but Panthers are pretty good. I'm not going to hate on them. I'm going to give them props for what their props should do. They battled last week. Who they played last week? San Francisco?
Yeah.
I think they ended up taking the L, but I think they put up a pretty good fight.
They did.
Literally fight. He punched that man. That was bad. The Rams, give me Rams. So yeah, I'm going to
go Panthers, man. They're at home. Bang that drum.
Yeah. I'm about to say something bad. I was about to say something really, really, really bad. I'm so glad I stopped myself, man.
Ooh, Lord, that filter ball.
I was bad. Texans at the Colts. Now, if you told me to pick this game, beginning of the season, I'd say Texans by 100. But the Colts are the number one team in the AFC, number two team behind New England Patriots, like we back in 2002 or 2005. So we got Peyton Manning and the Colts going up against New England Patriots. Tom Brady, the number one seed. Got the Ravens looking crazy. Yeah, man. This old back in 2000, man. Early 2000s for the AFC. But no, give me the Colts, man. I think the Colts keep it rolling. I'm not a CJ Stroud fan. I just think CJ Stroud has hit a wall and he ain't been able to get over it or go around it, and he keep running into the same wall. I see a lot of mistakes. I see a lot of interceptions. Yeah. When the Texans are clicking, they're one of the best offenses in the league. They're dynamic. They got all the wide receivers and weapons in the world. But when CJ Stroud is off, he is off. He has a bad game. So I'm going to go with the Colts on this one.
I'm going to go with the Texans because I think Daniel Jones is hurt. He has that leg.
Okay.
He has like a leg thing, and they were showing like him at practice, like just throwing, and he already gimpy. I'm like, I don't know. And then back up is AR. So,
oh Lord, yeah. If Anthony Richardson is starting, give me the Texans. I just can't trust AR, even though it is rumored that will be the Falcons' starting quarterback. I've seen that. And
who?
Anthony Richardson, because the Colts have given up on him. He'll be a cheap. Oh
yeah,
stopgap, because they're saying that Kirk Kirk is still on the contract, but it's only for like $10 million. So Kirk could be on his way out or go find another home. But we need a quarterback for a year. It's saying Michael Penix will definitely not be ready by the time training camp comes around. So you're going to look at another quarterback. I've heard Kyler Murray name for the Falcons. I've heard Anthony Richardson's name. I've heard Matt Jones. A lot of these quarterbacks that you think just need a second opportunity type thing. So
Justin Fields, bring him home.
Nah, Justin Fields had like 3 chances. At this point, he is who he is. He just needs a clipboard.
That's crazy. That's one of the craziest stories ever.
Right. That is wild, because bro has every tool in the world to be the best quarterback in the league, but
except with Ohio State.
Put it together, bro. All right, so I do expect the Falcons to. I don't say no win in the NFL is easy, but my stress levels should not be high today. Yeah, I say that with all wholeheartedness, knowing in my life that this is going to be a hard game, and the Falcons are going to probably get creative and find another way to do something stupid and lose. But I'm gonna go with the Falcons, man. I'm here every week. I'm like a traumatized girlfriend. I keep coming back and just keep.
You see my background. Me down. I am. Ooh, I ain't gonna. I'm gonna say the name of who I am. I ain't gonna. Woo! We would have got flagged.
Football gods ain't been nice to your boy this year, so it's all good.
I'm getting.
Give me who we got next? Jaguars at the Titans.
Titans finally got one.
Will they get 2? I'm gonna say no. I'm going with the Jags.
Going with the Jags.
Yeah. And Travis Hunter, man, I know he got hurt this year. I hate that he didn't get to finish the full season. But I hope he comes back, and I hope he picks a side. I don't want him playing both ways. Pick a side, stick to it. That's just my opinion.
No, nope. I think he still can play both ways. I think he just. I just think football is football. He got hurt when he was playing at Colorado. I think it happens. I don't think.
Don't get me wrong. True, he was hurt at Colorado. He's hurt in the NFL. He probably is playing too much, but that's just my opinion. He's probably on the field too much, in my opinion. Though.
I think he'll be all right.
San Francisco at the Browns. Shador Sanders making his second start.
Yeah, I got Browns, man.
Give me Shador, man.
I got Shador making putting.
I take Shador. If they want to roll with Gabriel, Shador in Atlanta, I'm pretty sure his daddy would pass out if Atlanta was able to go get Shador in the offseason. His dad would just have a conniption fit. He'd be so happy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Saints at the Dolphins. Y'all know I ain't never picking the Saints, the Dolphins.
Look, this is what? If you would have told me that I would be picking the Saints potentially over the Dolphins, because I really think the Saints may pull it out.
They probably will.
That's a game that's just a poop stain on the league right there.
True.
I'm gonna probably go with the Saints because the Dolphins are an embarrassment.
Let's see. Cardinals at the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield is playing, but he has an AC joint sprain, so on his throwing shoulder. So good luck with that. I don't know why you put him out there to even risk further injury, but I definitely, because Baker's the type, he's gonna try to run you over. I hope he get down, but I think in the midst of the game, it take over the adrenaline. He tried to run you over, and next thing he holding his shoulder going to the sideline. So I wouldn't have played Baker today, but I know it's a big game for them. The Falcons are only 2 games back. The Buccaneers, I think, are 1 game back. So the Bucs really have to keep winning. They can't just kind of let up at this moment. So give me the Bucs, man, to take it. Oh, the Cardinals been playing good though. That rookie, what's that rookie D lineman they got? Walter Nolan. Brother, real deal.
Real deal. Wait till he really get in shape. He just he's still on that. Like, I'm that guy when he actually give a damn.
Yeah,
but we knew that from when he came out of high school.
Right.
That one knows. He is who it was projected to be.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals, man. I think that quarterback injury, I think that's gonna have more of an impact than we think. The Cardinals have been playing well enough.
Yeah.
So I think it's like gonna be a field goal type game.
Minnesota playing a rookie no name we've never heard before, making his first start at Seattle. Give me Seattle. The Raiders versus the Chargers. Gino got to get offensive line. I was looking at it at first. I thought it was all Gino. I thought Gino was really bad. Like, damn, Gino, it's time to go home. No, the offensive line is atrocious. Like, they can't block for Gino. They can't block for Gentry. Yeah, it's not Gino. I was blaming Gino at first. I was like, dang, Gino can't be this bad. He leading the league in interception. It's not his fault. Bro is literally under duress every drop back, bro.
I don't care nothing about that. He
ain't got not one clean pocket the whole game, KB. Come on, man. You can't operate like that.
I don't care nothing about that. He bad. Our O-line bad. Our team's trash. The only reason I'm wearing my Gator stuff is because my Raider stuff is because I ain't got a Gator beanie, and my Ohio State gear isn't in the mail yet.
Ohio State?
I'm picking them up. They're my team to run until someone will prove me that I'm jumping on the bandwagon Ohio State.
I believe that alone.
I like that. I like their colors. Now I'm about to be one of them fans, but I like them because they're jerseys. I'm about to bring that back.
The game of the week, Bills at
Steelers.
Is Rodgers playing? I know he was hurt or he was nicked up and banged up. I don't know if he's playing this week. Bills are in desperation mode. Bills need a win, man. They got to get a win. Bills and Chiefs are both in desperation mode. So, again, if you would have told me that the Bills are fighting for their life, if Rodgers plays, Steelers win. That is crazy. I'm gonna go with Steelers for the upset. And what we got Sunday night, Denver Broncos at Washington. I think Jaden Daniels is out again. I think he's still hurt, so he won't be playing. Give me the Broncos.
I don't want Broncos anyway.
Yeah, that year 2 hasn't been nice for Jaden Daniels at all, man. Year 2 has not been nice. So ran through them games. Who plays tomorrow night, Monday night? The Monday night game this week will be
Giants
at the Patriots.
Patriots probably won that
one.
Yeah,
give me the Patriots. I like Jameis Winston last week. He did his thing, big game. They was able to ball. They were dancing and juking and jiving. I think the Patriots on a different level at this point. I think Drake May is as good as advertised. And Drake May, they say he's a clone of Tom Brady because Tom Brady got his dog clone because his dog passed, and then they brought the dog back as a clone. So they say Tom Brady, a few years ago when he invested in this stem cell company, he gave them his stem cells, which is 21 years ago. Drake May is like 20 years old. I ain't putting the theory out there. Conspiracy. Again, I don't start rumors. We just talk about them. But they saying that Drake May is Tom Brady's clone. So,
yeah.
I've seen that theory 3 times. And when I see it once, okay, it's just somebody making it up. See it twice, okay. Third time I see that story on my feed, I'm like, wait a minute.
You could have made another Beyonce or something. Dang. Kelly Rowland or something.
They say Jelly Roll a clone now, like Gucci Mane. All right, we're gonna get out of here on that note.
Lord have mercy. Man.
Flag on the play.
So shout out. Next week we should have the CFP. The final. We got the flag.
Oh yeah, I'll drop a challenge flag too. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a real coach of this thing.
You might have to bring one up, man. Next week, man. I want to, after the CFP, I like to bring on, a couple guys. Pull up the Kels, the Tonys. You maybe talk about.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on. We can bring Kels and Tony on here, but if they're gonna be on here all bitter and mad and talking bad about the SEC and how we cheated and this and that and how we paid for this and that, I don't want to hear that because that's all they want to claim the fame. If you win, there's no way the SEC can actually do anything or say anything. But that's not always the case, and we know that. So with that being said, man, we'll bring some people on, man, get some Pete guys on here to talk, even get Crystal on. I talked to Crystal not too long ago, and she definitely said she'll definitely down to come on.
Yeah, man. When we talk about the CFP, man, and outlooks, predictions, maybe everybody can bring up their prediction as far as fill out a bracket, and
I'm with it. Bracketology for college football playoff. I'm with it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A little bracketology thing. Go from there, man. And
That's the holiday season, man. You enjoyed your Thanksgiving, I hope, man. Hope you and the family y'all got to eat good, man, and enjoy your day and be merry.
Man, it's food and time with family. Off work. You know what I'm saying? I just finished off the leftovers yesterday. Ply said, anything
beyond Sunday. Yeah, let it go.
Let it go, baby. Let it go. Yesterday was it.
Yeah, man.
It was it.
I think I ate pizza last night. I had got tired of eating it so much, bro. I can't do it. So, yeah.
Just got the spinach dip. I had to finish that off. This spinach dip, boy, should be in the Smithsonian, boy. But yeah, I finished that. That was it. That potato salad. I won't touch nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think my favorite leftover, if I had to just choose a level, it'll always be that dressing. I think that dressing hit different the next day, man. Yeah. Stuffing for you people up north. I'm sorry.
Oh, I made real stuffing. So shout out to my mother-in-law. She walked me through it. I made real
stuffing.
I mean, real dressing.
Oh, okay. How about
real dressing, like from scratch. Yeah. The cornmeal.
Yeah.
That joint came out.
Oh, look at you all domesticated.
Yeah, I cook it again in about 7 to 8 years.
Hey, man, well, do us a favor, man. I hope y'all, if you did enjoy your holiday, if you did enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family, man, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. And make sure you tell your people, man, Sunday morning at 11:30, man, KB and Steve on here, and they talking about sports, man. So y'all get up, come on, talk that shit with us.
Indeed. Till next time, man.
We out, man. Peace.
I ain't never played sports. You know what I mean? I always have, you know what I'm saying, like music and love music from the jump. So that was my just plan A. I ain't even have a plan B. I made myself not have a plan B on purpose just so I can fulfill my plan A.